Since we haven't been, you know, we've been so focused on stand-up lately.
Yep.
And we haven't been having the group practices, you know, really. Everybody's kind of on a hiatus. We haven't been getting a lot of work on this. When we were having our normal practices, I mean, I probably spent at least 50% of the time on this table.
Right. What do you feel like are the advantages of the sit down as far as like training?
Definitely think center control is a big part of it. Obviously, eliminating your body weight and having to use a lot more core to push sideways makes really good for when you get back to the stand-up table.
Yeah.
But I think this also makes you slow down and be more patient. Whereas I think it's easier to make mistakes up here because you're so fast. It's just faster paced arm wrestling than this. This is more like chess. That's more like speed chess.
But you feel like this complements that?
Big time, yeah. I do. I always feel like I'm stronger on this table than I am on that table. But at the same time, I think it does translate over.
Yeah. Especially this.
Yeah, especially this.
Because you can't finish.
Yeah. And now, and again, so now, you know, if training with big guys on this table is basically impossible, it's actually possible here because that body weight has been eliminated.
Right.
The big guy might have a better foundation because he's got more weight, but he can't move as well as the smaller guy can. Not as mobile. I think your technique on this table is more important than on that table. So I mean, that means that if that's the case, that means your technique's improving when you're training here.
Well, and for me, this is a disadvantage because I can't really do that posting top roll.
Exactly, you can't. Yeah, it does limit you a little bit in some of those areas.
Right. I don't think anybody can really do like a posting top roll. Even
I mean, you'd have to really be underneath the table like this, and it's not a body weight posting top roll.
Right.
It is legitimately a structure and bicep, you know, kind of deal. I think.
Because I think that's what, finishing on this table is a lot harder.
It is.
But for me, losing that posting top roll, but also I don't want to be reliant on just that post, so this is good for my overall.
I think so too. Yep, I agree.
That feels good.
Well, I've had 2 weeks to recover from that exercise we did.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit, that thing just destroyed me. Absolutely destroyed me. All right, back and forth. Okay. And I think hooking on the sit-down table is a lot more difficult than it is on the stand-up.
Yeah.
So I think if you're struggling with your hook up there, you're going to struggle more here, but this I think will help that.
Right. I'm gonna grab your hair on a regrip and
I know, dude. It's getting out of control. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did some shoulder rotation yesterday. Something like this.
yeah.
And something like this. And that hitting that angle. You're dealt. Feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that doing that side pressure stuff we've been doing lately, or on the, in the gym, has I think it has. I mean, without the proper recovery, it's hard to get back on the table.
Yeah.
At least for me. My max effort side pressure today, or this week, I mean, was on Tuesday, and I used the wrist wrench with regular kind of grip, and that was the easiest one I've done so far.
Really? It's probably because it's just
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
I thought, I started kind of easy, got a little harder, got easy again. Thought I might do one more hard one before sit downs, and then the last 2 weeks, easy.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to be getting injured or fatiguing the joint so much.
Just be sore or something.
Exactly, or spongy is really what I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
So in sit-down arm wrestling, obviously at the tournaments and competitions, the chairs are attached to the table, so the chairs don't move.
Okay.
In this case, we don't have that, but you obviously have to start with both feet under the table, and there's a couple different strategies here. You can just have your feet right there. Some guys will have their feet a little creeped over to the side. Whichever, say if I'm pulling left-handed here, they might creep that foot over here to the side so that they can get it out real quick on the go, because you want to open those hips up so that you can pivot off one of your butt cheeks. As long as one of your cheeks is attached to the seat, it's still legal. So that's a tactic for a lot of guys, is to kind of be close to the edge and then get it out real quick so they can pivot. Another one that I like to do is I'll put if I'm arm wrestling right-handed, I'll put my left leg up on the opponent's leg over here and push off and kind of stabilize myself. I feel like it helps stabilize my ability to use my core more and to pull away from this guy. Now, the opponent has the option to kick you off, just like in stand-up. So if they take it away from you, that's you can either put your foot on the chair between their legs, or they might block that as well. Groin shot.
Stomp that groin.
Yeah, or just your foot down here at the bottom of the leg. A lot of times you can get away with that right there. So a couple different ways to do it. If I'm putting my leg up on one of these posts, then I'm not pulling any legs out. I'm staying right here, and I'm just pivoting off my butt cheek and using that leg just to kind of post away from them. But if I need more mobility to get to the pin pad, then yes, kicking that leg out allows you to get further down. See how my face can get down next to the. So there's a couple different strategies there. I'm not a sit-down master by any means, but I do like sit-downs, and I've been pretty successful. But I feel like with everything in arm wrestling, you're still learning and still figuring things out. To me, this is it's a refresh button on my arm wrestling because it's so different than the stand-up.
Yeah. We talked about, or Mike West was, I get stuck because I'm wedged under the table so bad, and he was talking about, starting like more on one hip.
Yeah, I think you could definitely do that, more on one hip, as long as both those feet are on the table. And I don't know if in the rules, if both butt cheeks have to be on the pad at the start, but you could still kind of,
Right, you can weight more to one side.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know it's hard for me to get a leg out also. Like, I have to be set up for that, for it to happen.
Yeah.
I'm wedged in tight.
And that's why, in my opinion, if I was a big guy and I had less mobility, setup would be key for me.
Right.
Making sure that my setup is perfect so that when the match goes, hopefully I can, if I can't be aggressive and I have to be defensive, because I can be in a good position to rest and wait for this guy to make a mistake before I attack. All right. Nice and easy. Oh, nice.
It feels like I want to.
I
don't want to. Like, I can't move this way anymore, and so then it makes me want to
push.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patience is on. I mean, I just really got to be patient and wait for that, and timing, and wait for the right opportunity to kick some butt.
that leg, getting it out.
Helped with the finish.
Yeah. That was it.
Went hook first, and then
I felt like I could have held you there
Yeah.
for a while.
it's just like nothing transition.
Yeah. That was
I don't use the hook a lot and sit down, but I'm trying to be. I think it would be beneficial to use it more often.
You think it has to be more of like this sideways?
I do. I think you really got to control this. Sooner get the hook set before you can blast on them. And again, it's just that's a good example. I got stuck down here, and I had to transition to rolling out. As long as you're in a good position, that's okay. But if this makes it more difficult to hook, then up there it should be easier.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. All right, there you go.
Yeah. I don't like that not capping when you hook.
Yeah, the cap was better.
Yeah. You do the same thing?
Yep, I'll do the same thing. All right, there you go.
That feels good.
You forced me to roll out again, though, so
Yeah.
you did a good job blocking the hook all the way through.
Yeah, but it's so, my hand is so cranked off of yours that
Yeah.
there's no.
No control.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's less strap matches sit down because people can't?
Not necessarily. I think people still favor that. I mean, I say that. I think the first year I went to sit down nationals, I might have only had one strap match. And it's because I chose to, I asked the guy to put on the strap. So I mean, if you're explosive enough and you have good enough hand control and center control, you don't need the strap to sit down at all.
Because it just seems like, stand up, you can really like.
You can really blast out for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But then sit down, I feel like I'm always still
Attached to them. Less mobile, again, I think that mobility comes into a big play. But then I think once you get the strap on the sit-down table, the matches become a lot more difficult.
It also seems like press, like off the go, isn't much of an option.
No, I've had matches and sit-downs with the strap on where my wrist has been completely back like this, but there was just enough pressure and connection to this guy that this guy ended up wearing out before I did. I ended up getting this back and winning the match. So this strap is pretty awesome in sit-downs.
And we've talked about this some. Sit down, you cannot be in a hurry to finish.
No.
Because it's just so hard.
It is. Unless you feel the path. Sometimes when I'm arm wrestling, if I feel like, and if I feel access to this, that there's enough give here on the go,
Yeah.
I will go for a flash cleaner.
Okay.
And if I don't, then it's more position. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that feels anchored in when you're back there.
Yeah. I went to try to prank a little bit more, and it was just too much on my wrist joint. So it's like finding a happy medium between pronation, wrist cupping, and, rising back. There you go. Oh yeah. You broke it. Good job.
Pretty much maxed out to track back.
Yeah.
I feel like my hand isn't.
Getting effective is
Yeah, it's opening as I drag. Oh. Right, it's not much of a thing.
Yeah.
You're getting my.
The left I'm getting a little bit more like here.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like cupping and pushing out into those
Yeah.
fingers. I don't know. It's just more natural that the left side to do that. There you go. I even tried to go more sideways at time, and I still ended up hitting those fingertips.
All I can focus on
Is rotating
seems
out?
like, well, just like trying to hold that in and trying to go back, but it's just not there.
So I'm gonna try two different things here. There you go. So sit down, guys. And kicking my leg off over here, so I gotta practice having both feet on the table now.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. You gotta exploit you best they can. Alright, there you go.
Good working man. Usually doesn't hurt too bad. Got me the elbow foul, yeah.
Got you.
If they kick your leg off, can you just have a little leg war? Just put it back on there, or just have it so rigid?
Oh, I
where
mean,
they
I've
can't kick it
tried, and it's how much do you want to fight that? And it's not worth the energy and effort, I don't think. Just put your foot down and move on.
Okay.
It's not a necessity to have that foot up there like that. I just find it comfortable and I like it, but it's okay to have your foot down.
It'd just be interesting if you could kind of get them to kind of halfway focus on getting your leg down, and you just to mess with them.
Just to mess with them, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. I will say, at the higher the level you go, the less those types of tactics, disrupt the opponent. Those elite guys, their minds are iron, All right, ready to go. Oh, good job, Jeremy. And getting comfortable flowing too. Like, I started off with both feet on the table. One came out, went back in, back up on that post and pulled it. So like, just kind of flowing.
And I'm still not thinking right, because like I was like this, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do, and all I probably had to do was
Pull that leg out. One more.
I don't think sit down would be great for Brian Shaw. I don't think he could fit.
He probably could not.
He might just be able to do this.
Might go to just, yeah.
The Richard lip piece.
Richard Lucky is good.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to go up to down, but then I just felt like I didn't need to use my fingers. I felt like you were holding on to me enough that I could just kind of do one of those and then...
Yeah, I was trying to come out and around a little bit.
Yeah. Funny, Set up one way and then on the go, he just do something completely different.
Let's do one more. That didn't count.
All right, there you go. There was enough of the hand was kind of like here, and enough of mine was like, it just felt like there was an opportunity to slingshot around or something.
I was so focused on getting my leg out, I kind of forgot about everything else.
Let's take a quick break and go to scrap.
Did arm wrestling start more as sit down, or?
I don't think it started more as sit down, but sit down was a lot more prevalent back then.
Seems like that's what you do in high school, right? You're gonna sit at a desk or sit.
Well, yeah, for sure. Or even laying down on the ground. Taekwondo, some kids just laying on the ground.
I used to do that, yeah.
But wrist wrestling, I think, is where you're gripping the other guy's hand and you're trying to pin each other against their forearm, right? But sit down's been around a long time. It's just I really don't know why it's not as popular. I think this is just faster pace, so it's better for entertainment value and all that bullshit. But this is more fun arm wrestling to me than that. And I wish the WAF used to alternate between stand up and sit down every year. at the World Championships. And that would be cool if they brought that, and they're not going to, but it'd be cool if they brought that back. I'm sure for, IOC Olympic purposes and stuff like that, they got to have it more stand up, but I really like to sit down. And you just get longer matches, better arm wrestling.
It'd be interesting to see all the East
No
versus West
King's
people do sit down.
Say it again now?
All the East versus West do sit down,
yeah.
just to see if different people are on top.
Maybe.
Doesn't feel like Devin would do better sitting down because he would
No, probably not, but there are some guys
couldn't really get under the table.
I think would do really good.
Yeah. I bet Todd Hutchins would be pretty good.
With the side pressure, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you got good elbow joint and good side pressure and just a good foundation, you're gonna be good on the sit down table, I think.
You fight for a little grip.
Yep, let's fight for it. Ready to go. Yeah.
See, that's the tricky one where I feel like I would definitely let that match start, but from past experience, I know I need an adjustment from there.
Yeah.
No.
And I had to put on the side too. I couldn't go. I tried to go straight back first, and you stalled me. I had to immediately go side before my wrist integrity failed. That's where I felt like I was gonna have to be underneath you, because you're so good at controlling this window right here. Is your top roll. And yeah, I think fighting for grip is a good practice because. Oh yeah, good job.
I don't know if I like it.
There you go. Oh god, that's good. That's really good.
I don't know what,
I had to jam it
Yeah.
and then drag it.
but like, I feel like I've got.
You were in great position.
Yeah.
And so
But
like
I didn't start making any adjustments to
No.
advance. I'm just like holding on for.
it feels like how it was a year or 2 years ago on the stand-up, where I was doing all these weird adjustments
Yeah.
and you were having to try to figure out how to flow it. Now you're flowing with the grade up there, but now I think you're so focused on
Right. Well, and it's,
So
it's
it's
just it's harder to like move my body.
yeah. There you go. Oh, good climb. Oh yeah, that was a fantastic climb.
I kept the pressure.
Kept the pressure. Neutralized me big time.
I don't know if I can do that in more than once in a tournament. That's a long match for
It's
me.
a long match. You sit down right there. Whew.
It's weird because I don't necessarily feel the same fatigue. It's just like I would in a stand-up. It's just different because once I get here, like I can't apply the pressure that I would normally. And so it's not like my biceps not really burning out because I'm not like hanging on somebody.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah, it's different. You're recruiting a lot of shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. I tried again to just to pull you out of center. I couldn't even pull you out of center. Which tells me I need to no load. I need to go side. I need to manipulate to try to make it easier.
I like I think stopping that is so good for you if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that makes me strong.
Heck yeah. It's like hitting that chain.
Yeah, it's probably good for you.
Yeah. Pedal just for a second here. Actually, no. There you go. Yeah.
I just can't. Like I can stop the initial.
You can stop the hook, yeah.
But then as soon as you
Transition.
yeah, because I'm.
It's like I'm getting. It's like I've gotten deep enough here.
Yeah.
That now when I go to here, it's like all right there.
I'm redlining down there too. If I wasn't all out, you know, I might be able to like do something else. But
Yeah.
when it's.
I'm gonna try one more time here to hook you,
Okay.
and I'll try to stay in the hook.
Jeremy, you're so strong. Remember lifting those weights with that cut?
Yeah.
Surprised you just can't at least hold a cut. Because you're so
Well, it's
strong.
because
He's so strong.
I'm also
in that.
jamming that wrist, which is kicking the hand
Yeah.
Off.
It's like I don't have
okay.
contact here to
Yeah.
be able to.
to cup it, to
Because
pull it.
when he rolls, it's like he gets the first 45 degrees before I can touch. It's like that jam.
Now, if I were like jamming, I think into like here, it
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
be
'cause
more. Then you have contact.
Right.
But I'm jamming more down here,
Yeah.
where it's kind of, you know,
Cutting the tree down.
cutting the tree. Trying to. Ready to go.
Oh, that wasn't it. I think
That
I
was
went
not-
right to where you.
Yeah.
One more. You do the same thing.
Yep. Ready to go. It's just like enough, and then enough turn
Yeah.
where it just kind of breaks that wall or that block.
I felt like my bicep was done on that one too.
Let's do one more top roll.
Okay.
Now that I've beat you up a little bit on that hook, maybe I can hang with you for outside for a minute. All right, ready to go. Oh yeah! Damn, that was strong, Jeremy. Loaded. Oh yeah!
I love when you load like that.
I think there are a lot of guys that are going to load with the sit downs. People love the load sit downs, it seems like. Oh man,
It just takes away that.
it does. Yeah, freaking crushed me.
All right, stand up for a minute.
I think it'd be nice to have some big mirrors too, so you can kind of look over and check your technique. I mean, not to look at yourself and fawn over your biceps or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's about checking your technique, because a lot of times I have technical breakdowns. Unless my training partner catches it, I may not catch it myself.
Or see it in video.
Or you see it in video and you go, oh shit, I need to go back and I need to make that slight adjustment or whatever it is.
See, I use the mirror when I'm doing my side pressure.
That's
'cause
good.
I can see like, oh, I need to be like tucked more inside.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And I can be like, look at these big old biceps.
Oh. More butt sweat on the sit-down table too.
Yeah.
You know, get the swamp butt going. So this year, the last 2 years, they've had the competition outdoors, kind of right off the water. Basically, it's been really cool. And previously it was at a gym there in town, and the gym's pretty nice too. So this year they're going back to the gym, and so I'm sad you won't get to experience the outdoor competition side of things, but the gym's really nice too. I mean, it's very comfortable. You're walking on that turf with the rubber, so it's pretty cushy. feels strong, Jeremy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm locked in.
All right, ready to go. Oh man.
I can't finish from there.
Yeah. I felt horrible in the setup, but as soon as you went, it like kind of gave me an anchor to set into. I don't know what happened there, but
I think it's just because I
went underneath a little bit.
yeah.
Man.
At one point there, I tried to post up a little bit,
Yeah.
and I feel like you're just so vulnerable.
Sideways.
Yeah. You just did a little push, and I was like, nope.
Nope. Not right there. I'm gonna try to load this time with you. I do think the load is good for sit downs, but it's also your money. Whew. Ready, go on! Yeah, you're just getting turned enough.
Yeah.
Right's not turning at all.
Yeah.
The left's turning just enough.
And even when
Is it painful?
it doesn't hurt, it just doesn't. Something's wrong with it, you know? Because it feels good when I set it up, but then just that little bit screws me.
Yeah. No, I can feel it. I'm not able to access what I'm accessing on the left. On the right, I can see at all. And it's got to be this right here.
Yeah. I need to just go get it looked at. They're just gonna say don't arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Oh, high temperature.
That's okay.